Hello students, welcome to the biology class. Today we are going to discuss about the various diseases. First we will discuss parameters of a disease. This means that each and every disease will be discussed under these particular headings. The first one is the causative agent. To know the nature of disease, we should know the causative agent and its life history, means the microorganisms which are going to cause a particular disease. Number two is mode of transmission, how the causative agent, how the microorganism enter the human body and affecting which part of the body. Next is the symptoms. Symptoms means the evidences shown by the patient, and when the patient come to the doctor, whatever the complaint the patient is giving to the doctor, they are being known as the symptoms. So symptoms are the manifestations or evidences of presence disease. They indicate that there is some abnormality in the body. Signs. After knowing the complaint from the patient, whatever the conclusion the doctor come out, that is what known as the sign. So on the basis of symptoms given by the patient, the doctor provide information about the presence of particular disease. They are being known as a sign. Symptoms given by the patient, with the help of the symptom, the diagnosis given by the doctor, that is known as a sign. These are distinct for the different diseases. And in the end, we will have a prevention against the causative disease. So the parameter of disease, number one, we should know the nature of the disease with the help of the causative agent. It may be bacterial, it may be viral, and its life history. Number two is mode of transmission, that how the causative agent enter the human body, which particular part of the body is being affected by that particular agent. Symptoms, the evidences, the complaints given by the patient. Sign, on the basis of the complaint given by the patient, doctor give the diagnosis, that is what known as the sign. And the last is the preventions which we follow against the attack of the causative agent for curing the disease. The next, some common infectious diseases, they are classified on the basis of pathogen. They are bacterial, viral, protozoal, fungal, and helminthic. First, we are going to discuss our bacterial diseases. They are typhoid, pneumonia, dysentery, plague, and diphtheria. First, we are going to have typhoid. The causative agent is Salmonella typhi. It is commonly found in the intestine of man and then migrates to the other organ through the blood. So what is the causative agent of typhoid? That is Salmonella typhi. Which part is going to affected by the Salmonella typhi? That is the intestine. From intestine, then it will affect the other organs through the blood. Mode of transmission, it is spread by contaminated food and water. Contaminated मतलब गंदा खाना और पानी पीने से ये बीमारी, ये बुखार होता है. So mode of transmission, it is spread by contaminated food and water. Symptoms, constant high fever, 39 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड टू 40 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड मीन्स 101 से 104 डिग्री तक बुखार, और वो बेस लाइन पे वापस नहीं आता है, नॉर्मल नहीं होता है. दैट इज अ कांस्टेंट हाई फीवर. यू मस्ट हैव सीन कि जब बहुत तेज बुखार है तो हम ठंडी पट्टियां रख के उस बुखार को कम करने की कोशिश करते हैं. दिस इज द वन ऑफ द प्राइमरी सिम्टम ऑफ ए टाइफाइड फीवर. Next is weakness, stomach pain, loss of appetite. Loss of appetite का मतलब है भूख कम लगना. Constipation, headache, intestinal perforation means जब ये बीमारी बहुत ज़्यादा severe हो जाती है तो intestine में perforation मतलब छेक हो जाना, and that may cause the death of a person. So what are the symptoms? That is a constant high fever, weakness, stomach pain, loss of appetite, constipation, headache, intestinal perforation, and that may cause the death of a person. Preventive measures. Typhoid fever can be confirmed by Vidal test. If you are suffering from the constant high fever, we go for the lab test, that is Vidal test. If it is positive, means we are suffering from the typhoid fever. If it is negative, means the fever is due to some another causative agent or some other reason. Another preventive measures which we take to take care of the typhoid fever, that is a proper community sanitation. Number 2 is screening of the water supply and the food from contamination by flies. We should take care कि पानी और खाना जो हम खाते हैं वो गंदा नहीं होना चाहिए, उन्हें मक्खियों से मच्छरों से बचा के रखना चाहिए, otherwise it may cause a disease that is known as a typhoid. So there is one very interesting fact about the typhoid. Mary Mellon, called as the typhoid Mary, was a cook and known as a typhoid carrier who continued to spread the disease for several years through the food prepared by her, because the food, whatever is prepared by the Mary, that becomes contaminated before it was discovered. So this is about the typhoid, the causative agent, the mode of transmission, the symptoms, the preventive measures. They are very, very important. So the next disease is, next bacterial disease, that is pneumonia. Causative agent of pneumonia, number 1 is Streptococcus pneumoniae. Number 2 is Haemophilus influenzae. They infect the alveoli, that is air sac of the lungs, where the alveoli get filled, resulting in the decrease of respiratory efficiency of lungs. Filled means that is with some secretions, that is with some water, which decrease the respiratory efficiency of lungs. Mode of transmission, it is spread by inhaling the droplets from infected person, means that is an airborne disease. The transmission is by the air, by the droplets from the infected person, and sharing the glasses and utensils with an infected person. Symptoms of pneumonia: fever, chills. Chills means whenever the fever is there, तो बहुत ज़्यादा ठंड लगना, that is a main symptom of the pneumonia. Cough, headache, and in the very extreme conditions, lips and the finger nails turn grey to the bluish in color. So the primary symptom is fever with chills, then cough, then headache, and in very severe conditions, it is lips and the fingers nails turn grey to the bluish in color. The next and the simple bacterial disease is your dysentery, is the acute bacterial. What is acute? Acute means short span of a disease, and the opposite to the acute is the chronic, which is a long span. So dysentery is the acute bacterial, result in diarrhea with blood. Diarrhea means loose stools with blood. The cause of the dysentery is the bacteria Shigella. Symptoms: fever, abdominal pain, and the feeling of incomplete defecation. मतलब you are not being satisfied after the defecation, after the stools. That means पेट अच्छे से साफ नहीं हुआ. So these are the symptoms as well as the causative agents of dysentery. Next is diphtheria. It is caused by the Corynebacterium diphtheria. Symptoms: affects mucous membrane of throat and the nose. जो आपका गला है उसके अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा mucus भर जाना. It seems that your throat is choked and that leads to the sore throat and the fever. हिंदी में इसे कहा जाता है गल घोटू. ऐसे लगता है किसी ने गला दबा दिया. That is what called as diphtheria. It is also being known as the bacterial disease. The next is the plague. It is caused by the bacteria Yersinia pestis. It is generally spread by the flea bites. Flea bites का मतलब होता है parasites present on the animal. And in case of the plague, that flea they are being present on the rat. तो बहुत बार कहा जाता है कि ये rat से फैलती है. but it is a bacterial disease or handling an infected animal. Symptoms are very simple: fever, weakness, headache, swelling of the lymph nodes as that of the another bacterial diseases, but that disease is caused by, the disease is spread by the flea bites, that is a parasite present on the body of the animal and specifically for the rat. So these are the various bacterial diseases, that is typhoid, pneumonia, dysentery, diphtheria and plague. And the very important question which used to come for these particular diseases is causative agent, mode of transmission, symptom, or for every disease the first symptom is being known as the primary symptom. हेडेक, वीकनेस, नोजिया, ये कॉमन सिम्टम है, हर किसी डिजीज में हम दे सकते हैं, पर जो पहला है जैसे कांस्टेंट हाई फीवर इज अ प्राइमरी सिम्टम ऑफ टाइफाइड, देन फीवर विद द चिल is a primary symptom of pneumonia. After that you can give the weakness, the headache, these all are the secondary symptoms. These are the review questions. Go through them for today's session. That's all. Stay safe, stay home, stay healthy. Thank you.